The temps are starting to drop here in Phoenix, and that means more people are lighting up fireplaces. Hello and welcome to another City Update. I'm Deborah Cedillo-Dugan. Before starting that fire to keep warm, check to see if it's a no-burn day. If you violate it, you could be fined. The Maricopa County Air Quality Department issues no-burn days when air pollution levels are high. Joining us today is Joe Gibbs from the city's Office of Environmental Programs and Bob Hune from Maricopa County's Air Quality Department to talk about the no-burn days. Welcome, gentlemen. It's nice seeing you both.
Hi, Deborah.
This is our annual visit here to reconnect and to talk a little bit about this very important topic, especially living here in the Valley of the Sun. So let's start with you first, Bob, about the no-burn days. What's the criteria when you actually have that notification out? Well,
basically what we're doing is we're asking people when we have no-burn days, and the no-burn days are called because that's when the highest concentration levels of PM 2.5 smoke are likely to happen. And so we're asking folks to please refrain from using their wood-burning fireplaces, wood-burning devices. If you have gas fireplaces, please use that. But please, on no-burn days, we're asking folks just not to burn wood.
Okay, so is it just fire pits, fireplaces, chimeneas, all of that comes in together? No grilling or anything like that comes into play, correct?
Well, you can grill.
Okay.
Yes, you're right, it's all the wood-burning fire devices, but when we get questions like that all the time about can you cook, can you barbecue on a no-burn days, and yes, you can. You can grill, you can use your smokers, whatever you like, as long as you're cooking for what we call immediate consumption.
Now let's get this down to the P2 pollution, quality, health-wise. Let's talk a little bit about that, Joe.
Well, we're talking about very, very fine particles. Deborah.
Okay.
We're talking about the size of 1/30th the diameter of a human hair. So these particles get really deep into your lungs, so deep that they can go right directly into your bloodstream. The composition and the size makes them toxic. So you might be burning wood, and next door, if your neighbor might have children or elderly living there that really are in peril and possibly could be hospitalized due to your activity. So you need to call before you burn. Deborah.
Okay. Okay. And does that have something to do with valley fever too? Or is that more the dust particles for that?
It's a larger size. And
okay.
That is a
comes into play.
spore. Has nothing to do with wood smoke.
Okay.
Correct.
Good. Thank you for that clarification. So this program has been around for what, 5-6 years or so?
Correct. 6 years ago.
Okay.
In fact, folks like Joe in the city of Phoenix have been with us since the beginning. We originally really emphasized the no-burn program, and it's still part of the program because it's still part of the rules. But last year we made a slight tweak. We created our Burn Cleaner, Burn Better program. And yes, the no-burn is still part of it, but we wanted to give folks options to, so they wouldn't burn wood, and that includes gas fireplaces and electric fireplaces. And so what we did was we created a program last year, and then we have another new one similar to that last year in which we offered, it's called Maricopa County Fireplace Replacement Program.
Okay.
And you know how government loves acronyms. The best we could come up with is McFIRP.
McFIRP? Okay. Sounds like something you drink or something.
But basically we offered residents in certain boundaries, and the boundaries are from 16th Street to 59th Avenue in Phoenix and Northern to Baseline in Phoenix. We offered them the opportunity to, one, if their house is plumbed for gas, we can insert gas log set. And what we do is we offer it for about $2,000. It would be free. If it's anything more than that, then the residents would probably have to chip in, but most of them are under that.
So that's a good incentive.
That's a great incentive. Now, if they didn't want to do that, or if they're not plumbed for gas, they could also help keep the air clean by inserting what we call an air pollution reduction system.
Okay.
It's basically a catalytic converter that they would put inside their chimney, and that helps eliminate about 70% of the wood emissions of the smoke. Now, that still means you can't burn on no-burn days, but it helps keep the air clean by reducing all the emissions.
Now let me ask you this. We do live in the Valley of the Sun, where we have 300 plus days of sun a year. So how big is this problem, or is it pretty much narrowed into like the December, January time period, or is it just, because I know we have New Year's, Christmas comes around, and families get together, so is it really kind of around during those times frame?
Most of the time, yes, for PM 2.5, because it's getting colder. As you said earlier, and most people will be more likely to use their fireplaces during this time, around the holidays and parties and so on. Plus, the air is a little stagnant. The winds aren't there, and that creates issues also. And we also, I should have mentioned, we're talking about some of the alternatives. This year we started a new program, similar to the McFIRP program. It's a fire pit program in which we're in conjunction with Home Depot and Propane Association, in which Home Depot is making fire pits, outdoor fire pits available at a substantial discount.
Oh, wow. So that's a wonderful partnership, too. Yeah. It's a win-win for everybody. And speaking of partnerships, I mean, the City of Phoenix and Maricopa County has had this wonderful partnership that you do work.
We go way back, Deborah. We partner internally with our own employees. When Maricopa County issues a no-burn alert, we submit that and distribute it to all our employees to make sure they don't burn on no-burn days. And regarding this process, this interview on Channel 11, this is part of getting the word out to let people know to call before they burn. And this is done through our after-school programs where we teach about air pollution to elementary school children. They can take the word to the parents. We've historically also allowed them to use our road shoulders to put signs. Tomorrow is a no burn day, as well as inserts into our water bill about this seasonal episodes that we have in regards to call before you burn.
So big push for public education and public awareness. So, so what if your neighbor is doing a big no-no on a no-burn? So a person can call and kind of just say, hey, my neighbor, it's a no-burn day and this is what's happening. Can somebody actually do that? And let's talk about the actual violations and fines and, you know, what happens if somebody is doing.
Well, they can call. There's a hotline number with Maricopa County Air Quality Department, and they will send an inspector. And while we would rather educate that neighbor about the perils of burning when your neighborhood could have health issues, there is fines associated with it that can rise all the way up to $250. So.
Wow, I was just going to ask you about those are kind of steep fines.
Yeah, $250 for individual residents. And Joe's right. We rather not fine folks. We just rather let them know what the issues are and why it's so important not to burn on no burn days.
We want to keep people healthy. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And one thing that we show progress in is since this program has begun 6 years ago, levels of the fine particulate have drastically reduced by 19%. So
that's an incredible number. I know we chatted a little bit about that before too, because really when you think about it, this is what we're all trying to do, is again, the public awareness, public education, and to keep our residents healthy.
And everybody has a stake in it because everybody breathes.
Yes, we do.
If you're
yes,
not,
we do. If you're living, you're breathing.
So, and that's an issue too. And partnerships like the City of Phoenix, that helps us immensely because, one, their audience is different than ours. The demographics is different than ours. They can reach folks that we may not be able to reach. And so that's why it's so important. And we're so appreciative of all the folks besides the City of Phoenix who've been with us since the beginning.
So let me go back to these restrictions too. For the most part, there are 24-hour restrictions at a time period, and people are notified in various ways to let people know that it's a no-burn day, and primarily through media.
Oh, exactly.
Media, the signs over the freeways,
that's right.
your weather report on many of the local TV channels and so forth.
Many of our partners are using their websites, their social media to spread the word.
You can go on Clean Air, Make More, and access their widget. And we're going to be putting their widget on our Office of Environmental Programs webpage
on the website too.
with the City of Phoenix.
Well, good. I'm glad you mentioned that.
And that'll tell you whether it's a no-burn day or not.
Perfect. I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I wanted to make sure that we were able to plug some of your social media too, because that's another way for our residents to actually find out about what's a good day to burn and whatnot. Anything else I missed, gentlemen, that you'd like to plug or just mention about this very important topic?
Well, I mean, the days that really we need to be concerned about are New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Christmas Day, and Christmas Eve, as well as home football games, Super Bowl, anytime when the propensity to burn because you have company coming over, you have family, you want a nice, cozy ambiance. It's really in conjunction with the meteorology, the weather patterns, as well as how many people do we expect to burn. So those are the days when people really want to have a nice fire, and they need to call before they burn.
Okay, perfect. And it is a very short window because, again, let's face it, we do live in the Valley of the Sun, and it doesn't get cold here that often. So.
And if anyone's interested in the programs, they can go to cleanermakemore.com. That's the McFur program and the Fire Pit program.
Right, with a great partnership you have with the Home Depot as well. Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much. Bob, it's great seeing you as always, and thank you again, Joe, very much for joining us today.
Deborah, thank you.
Thank you. Now remember, No Burn Day starts at midnight of that given day and includes the ban on wood burning activity in fireplaces, fire pits, and open outdoor fires. Before lighting up, visit cleanairmakemore.com to see if there are any restrictions in your area. Or don't forget, you can follow Clean Air Make More on both Twitter and Facebook. You can always call Maricopa County Burn Line at 602-506-6400. For more information, for City Update, I'm Deborah Cedillo Dugan.